Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is August 15th, 2025, and we're diving into the fiscal third quarter earnings report of Genasys, a leader in protective communications. Joining us is John, senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Genasys has been making significant strides in the protective communications sector, and their latest earnings report provides some interesting insights into their performance and future outlook.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. Genasys reported a revenue of $9.9 million for the third quarter of 2025, which is a 38% increase compared to the same quarter last year. However, they still posted a net loss of $6.5 million. John, can you break down these numbers for us?
Absolutely. The revenue growth is primarily driven by the hardware segment, which saw a 50% increase. However, the gross margin dropped significantly to 26.3% from 52.8% last year, mainly due to the percentage of completion accounting for the Puerto Rico project. This has impacted their profitability, resulting in a net loss of $6.5 million and an EPS of 4 pence.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. Genasys has also been focusing on operational efficiencies. They've executed cost reduction actions expected to save $2.5 million annually starting in the first quarter of 2026. How does this fit into their broader strategy, John?
Genasys is strategically reducing operating expenses to improve their financial health. The cost-cutting measures are crucial, especially given the current constraints in their software business due to federal funding uncertainties. Additionally, their hardware backlog, excluding the Puerto Rico project, is over $16 million, indicating strong future revenue potential. The expanding software pipeline also suggests that once funding normalizes, we could see significant growth in that segment.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. Analysts had forecasted an EPS of 11 cents, but Genasys reported an EPS of 4.14 cents, missing expectations by 0.3 cents. What does this tell us about the company's current financial position?
The miss on EPS indicates that while Genasys is growing its revenue, the cost structure and margin pressures are still significant challenges. The ongoing issues with federal funding for their software segment and the accounting treatment of the Puerto Rico project are key factors affecting their bottom line. However, the cost reduction measures and future hardware orders could help improve their financial position in the coming quarters.
CEO insights and strategic initiatives. CEO Richard S. Danforth mentioned that business in the second half of fiscal 2025 has accelerated dramatically. What are the strategic initiatives driving this acceleration?
CEO Danforth highlighted the progress in the Puerto Rico project, which is expected to significantly boost revenue and profit margins as installations are completed. Additionally, the CROWS program with the U.S. Army is nearing procurement completion, which could lead to substantial hardware orders. Despite the current constraints, the pipeline of software opportunities is at unprecedented levels, driven by increased nationwide awareness and demand for their solutions.
Key takeaways. In summary, Genasys has shown impressive revenue growth and is taking strategic steps to improve profitability through cost reductions and expanding their hardware backlog. However, they did miss EPS expectations by 0.3 cents. John, any final thoughts on Genasys as an investment prospect?
Genasys is in a transitional phase with strong potential for future growth, especially as federal funding normalizes and their strategic projects come to fruition. Investors should keep an eye on their execution of cost-cutting measures and the progress of key projects like the Puerto Rico initiative and the CROWS program.
Thank you, John, for your insights, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Genasys's performance in the comments below.